He has had 2 hours to do this.
I know I've been making funny memes, but let me go grab my drink.
I will say I'm very proud that we spent where were we at? It's about
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah.
I'm actually impressed. Like, we really went in on this.
Oh, we did.
All right, let's start this goddamn fucking podcast.
Joke's on you, but I've been recording for 30 seconds already.
Fuck!
You are listening to the Micro Machines podcast. Today's episode is on the King Tiger. Shall we do some introductions?
We're doing drinks, right?
Oh yeah, okay. I'll start then. I am Dennis. I'm recording from Ontario. Right now I am drinking the remnants of my peach mango herbal tea.
Sweet. I'm Jack. I'm also in Southern Ontario. And beside me I have a mostly empty bottle. It's probably got a mouthful left of Rise Ginger Kombucha. Pretty good stuff. Next.
Ezra, recording from New Mexico, drinking a almost full bottle of tropical citrus vitamin water.
Sweet.
Nice. I'm Greg, recording from SoCal, and I'm drinking some good old coffee.
And I'm Callum, currently in Auckland in New Zealand, and I'm the only alcoholic here because I've got a beer with me.
Nice.
So, Dennis, what are we talking about today?
Oh yeah, we're talking.
This isn't the OnlyFans. All right, save that for the OnlyFans.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh god, people gotta learn to join the Discord.
It's stuck in my throat. Okay.
It does not swallow everybody.
Okay.
I started laughing. It started coming back up.
So I don't know why, but for whatever reason, even though we're talking about the King Tiger, Google Slides has decided to crap out on me and not put the picture of the King Tiger in the slide.
You're kidding.
We'll show you later. Don't worry.
No.
Okay. It's alright. We've got like loads of slides with it anyways.
But we spent so long.
Wait, what? No, not this one.
Oh, okay, good.
The other one.
Oh, good.
I was getting concerned for a moment.
Okay, so the King Tiger. Everyone knows it. Everyone's made a model of it. It's one of the more famous tanks that's out there, I'd say. What are we thinking about the King Tiger, guys? We like it? We don't?
We don't like it. It's German.
All right.
It's cool.
It looks good, but it's definitely not effective as they want it to be.
Like everything that is German.
Yeah. So I guess a bit of background on the King Tiger. So the Tiger 2 is obviously derived from the Tiger 1, which we can see a definitely perfect example here. Like no modifications done to it whatsoever. So the Tiger 1 is developed as early as 1938, right? The whole concept for it is actually a pre-war idea. And early in the war, the Germans began to experiment with the idea of, okay, well, what if we take the Tiger 1 concept and we try to improve on it, right? We'll give it a better gun, more armor, more mobility, because of course, like as war progressed, the technology was there to make him better, right? So basically, yeah, the Tiger 2, if the easiest way of thinking about it from a doctrinal and the development standpoint is just the successor to the Tiger 1. The main area where it was improved was kind of like the big three, right? Armor, armament, and power plant. So, the Tiger 1 had really good armor, right? Allegedly.
Right. For the time.
Yeah. For the time, yeah. So, the Tiger 1 is like a heavy beast. This Tiger 2, though, it was going to be about 70 tons, which is like comparable to an Abrams tank. But yeah, it was going to be protected by about anywhere from 100 to 185 millimeters of armor. That's kind of around the front plate where, again, they were going to be engaged the most. The other main thing about the Tiger 2, which makes it really fearsome, is that unlike the original 88 millimeter on the Tiger 1, this was going to get the much longer KWK 43 L71, which we can see on a mount here in the baseboard and in the bottom photo. And that was something that the Germans were really, intent on mounting on tanks, but because they had not developed something big enough to take it, It was something we were only seeing on casemate tank destroyers. So
Big enough
the
to
Tiger-
take it.
It's kind of sus.
Guys, I'm not even gonna be able to voice over the slides after this point. Yeah, and the other main thing was like it had a much better engine. So it had the Maybach HL230, which of course is like you hear about in all of the major German tanks. It's a very good V12 engine. It had a simplified suspension system compared to the Tiger One.
Simplified.
Simplified being a relative term here. Being a relative term.
Are you meaning simplified in German terms?
In German terms, exactly, which actually makes it like more complex somehow.
Yeah, I didn't even think that existed.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
That's just our concept.
Ah,
Yeah, but the thing about the King Tiger that's worth remembering is that even though it was one of the heaviest tanks of the war, it wasn't actually that slow. I mean, it had a power to weight ratio of about 9 horsepower per ton, which is not a lot, but it's also not as bad as some other German tanks. Yeah, it had a maximum speed of about 41 kilometers an hour. Highly doubtful that was actually any of them ever got that fast. Yeah.
Well, on something that size, even that would have been terrifying to be in.
Oh, can you imagine? Just careening down the road at 41 kilometers an hour.
70 ton of
I don't know.
steel
If you hit
moving.
anything, you're going to go right through it.
Yeah. And my favorite bit, it had only 120 kilometers of range.
Uh-huh.
oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So, Dennis,
Hey, don't go too far.
Ah, there it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there also plans to stick a 105mm cannon into the
There
Tiger 2?
was. And I think
Yes.
most people, anyone who played War Thunder a few years ago was probably well aware of that. So there were plans made to put the 105 on the Tiger 2. They never got as far as I think a lot of people realize. Like, it was at most like a paper Panzer. There was no wooden mock-up or anything like that, but the Germans, I think, did at some point like envision perhaps mounting the 105 on, which is kind of ridiculous because the 88 at this point was so effective. Like the 71 caliber barrel was just ridiculously effective at knocking out tanks. It could knock out any Allied tank from the front at about a range of I think it was 2.5 kilometers, which is just stupid. But yeah, they did plan on
Bigger's
putting the
better.
105 on it.
Right, guys?
Yes.
No. Okay, fine. Yeah.
So, us being a sort of quasi-model podcast, I think we should talk about the feature that attracts all modelers to it. So, I think people often get the impression there are two different types of the Tiger 2. You've got two turrets, right? You got the one up here, which is the Porsche turret, even though it was actually designed by Henschel, which is the company that made both variants of the Tiger 2. They call it the Porsche turret. As you can see, it's a very rounded design, very futuristic looking. And they made about 50 of these. This was the first production turret. The problem was, though, with these complex curves, it was very difficult to actually like cast and weld the steel together for it. So it was not good from the standpoint of mass production. And eventually, after 50 were built, it would be scrapped. The idea was just stopped. And then we see after that.
I will say, don't go calling that the Porsche King Tiger on a model forum. I will not say what modeling forum, but you will get crucified for it.
Oh, true.
Kit maker.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh.
But yeah, that's
Sorry.
because the Tiger Porsche, it was a totally different design. That was the competing design with the Tiger 1, wasn't it?
Right. It's the one with the turret, like, right in
A
the...
hybrid.
Yeah.
And
That thing's
the
disgusting.
the tracks are symmetrical.
Mm-hmm. That suspension went on to go on the Elephant and Ferdinand.
Yep.
The only things that I feel like could compete with my beloved Stug.
Oh god.
Not
So
the
Hair
stuff.
dryer now.
So after you get the Porsche turret, right, which looks cool, but is basically just too difficult to mass produce, you get the quote unquote Henschel turret. And the idea with this one is that it mounts on the same turret ring, but it's made out of flat pieces of steel, so it's a lot easier to mass produce, and it doesn't really lose any armor protection effectiveness. You can see one here, one of the early ones that had Zimrit still on it. I think it was like by September of 1944, I want to say, they all stopped having Zimrit applied to them.
Which is
But
really
yeah.
gay because Zimmerman looks fucking tits.
It does look pretty cool.
It's like
So
the
Zimmerman
World War
movie.
II version of ERA, just the look wise.
You're a World
Along
War
with
II
tracks
version of
on the
ERA.
turret. Oh.
I
Not
think
you,
that was the
Jack.
Russian troops actually.
Oh yeah. Or the concrete on those Germans.
So now I thought we would have a nice fun time doing a group exercise where we all come up with reasons why this tank is awful and we hate it.
I've been waiting for the moment to do that.
That's a good moment. My reasoning for why I think the Tiger II sucked, how often it required maintenance, and how long that maintenance took to make it an actual operational tank. It's a great defensive tank, but it's definitely not something you want to take on an offensive operation, in my opinion. You need something that can do both, and this is not that.
Battle of the Bulge.
Bulge.
The Tiger II was Germany's bulge that eventually it needed Viagra and they never got it. God, we're immature.
The Tiger
It took you 13 episodes to realize that.
Dude,
The
we have a
Tiger II
podcast where we
is
talk about
those-
tanks.
The Tiger II is those insoles that add 4 inches to your height to the German Reich.
I'd say for me, I think like the biggest thing with this is that it came out around 1944, right? And at that point, the Germans were fighting a defensive war, and they needed more tanks, not less. I mean, Ezra is gonna love me for this. The Panzer IV was a pretty, like the late model Panzer IVs were pretty good for what they were meant to do. Like I think if the Germans could have used the resources and time from developing this to just make more of the late model Panzer IVs, they might have been in a better position, especially on the Eastern Front. But instead
Wehrmacht. Well, hell, even like hate me for it or whatever, but Panthers, like Panther Gs, were really good tanks as well.
late model Panthers were really good.
Panther
Like-
G's nuts.
I'm gonna put that on my Panther G, Jack.
Jack, you may have just made a new meme.
Perfect.
How about you, Callum?
Yeah.
I think they're just a big drain on resources, really. I mean, the amount of steel needed to go into a Tiger II, I think I read somewhere you could get like two Panzer IVs out of it, sort of thing. At least.
That's insane.
I think it was actually closer to 2.5.
Yeah.
It was something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can use that other half of the Panzer to make a Stug, because all you need is half of a Panzer to make a Stug.
Now, he actually does have a point with that. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Ezra does have a point with that.
As much as we shit on like the Stug and stuff like that, like if Germany would have played their cards differently and put their resources in different areas, they definitely could have been a more powerful, threatening force than they already were.
Yeah,
maybe,
like I'm
but
just
they never could have won the war, though. I don't
Yeah.
think, with whatever resources they had, they could have won. That'd be a good hill to die on, actually.
It would
Yeah.
be.
But
That
just,
would be
just reading up, like there was orders for 1,500 Tiger IIs. Do you know how many were actually made?
Like 300?
492.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
That is actually a
Um,
significant amount, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But each Tiger II produced needed 300,000 man-hours to manufacture an over 800,000 Reichsmarks, or 300,000 US dollars.
So
Although
like half
that's-
their economy.
There's a actually, so that's in 1944 inflation. And for the equivalent in 2021, each Tiger II costs in US $4,600,000
Dear
Oh,
Christ.
per vehicle.
Jesus.
Oh my
How much does an Abrams cost?
A lot.
We're gonna get put on a watch list for looking up like acquiring tanks of various countries.
We may not be
okay.
putting
Okay.
War Thunder links on, but god damn it, they're gonna get us anyways.
It still doesn't cost as much as an Abrams.
That doesn't surprise me, honestly.
It's 6.21 million.
Still, though, that's pretty close when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Each
just
Abrams.
Yeah,
Each
go for it.
Abrams shell is $1,121 for just one
You're
shell.
kidding.
Yeah, and that's a paycheck.
You better not fucking send that shit unless you need it.
just be like, that's coming out of your paycheck.
Yeah.
No,
It's gonna
that's
be-
where your
it's gonna-
taxes go.
It's going to be like in World War One when the American troops were training using sticks.
It's kind of funny because we would get our rifles and literally yell 1, 2, 3, 4 whenever we didn't have blanks. Some things never change.
So there were actually suggested improvements for the Tiger II. I've got a list here. So suggested improvements included stabilized sights, a stabilized main gun, an auto loader.
No.
Yes, a Tiger II with an auto loader.
I just want to say real quick, why would they need a stabilizer when that bitch barely moved?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, a stereoscopic rangefinder, heated crew compartment. How did they not have that? Storage for an additional 12 rounds, an overpressure and air filtration system to protect against poison gas. Don't think they needed to worry about that. But those only got up to the proposal stage. Like stuff like heated crew compartment was proposed.
Fuck them. They'll be dead in a few days.
It's stuff like that that just makes these amazing, huge German tanks like not look as impressive. Just like thinking these guys don't even have heat.
Basic living requirements.
Yeah. Other problems, as we touched on, reliability and mobility. So, especially the early ones were very unreliable, owing principally to leaking seals and gaskets and an overburdened drivetrain. Because it was intended for a lighter vehicle, not fucking 70 tons.
Leaking seals and gaskets. Imagine what happens when you just ignore fundamentals of an industry and decide to build like the biggest tank in the world.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
And then the double radius steering gear was particularly prone to failure as well. So you lost your steering. And one of the main things is lack of crew training could amplify all these problems. Drivers originally given only limited training on other tanks, so not even on the Tiger II, they're just trained on other tanks and then sent to a Tiger II in the front.
Well, it's interesting to think, you pointed out that it took 300,000 man hours to make one, and then you've got crews who are arriving and they haven't even really been trained on this vehicle. Like that, Germany was up in the race against time in 1944 onwards, and the fact that like they're choosing to have a vehicle that takes so long to produce, and when they have crews that are like not even going to be able to use it effectively since they haven't been trained on it, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm just reading up some more problems. Statistics from 15th of March 1945 show reliability rates of 59% of the Tiger, almost equal to the 62% of the Panzer IV and better than the 48% of the Panther. So it's about middle ground.
Not their worst thing.
However, notwithstanding the initial reliability problems, the Tiger II was remarkably agile for such a heavy tank. Contemporary German records and testing results indicate that its tactical mobility was as good or better than most German or Allied tanks.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Whereabout?
I'm just reading what's online.
Can I ask you like an actual? Can I ask a serious-ish question?
Go for it.
Send it.
So that King Tiger on the bottom right, is that captured by like the British or Canadians? Because the
That's the
star
Americans.
is
That's American,
Americans.
dude.
yeah,
They
but
just put the
star's
star
at an
upside down.
angle.
Yeah, it's not canted. That's upside down. If it was canted, it would be like looking like a normal star, but just kind of skewed to one side.
The way I'm looking at it, it looks like it's skewed to one side.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I get where you're seeing that from. When the stars were canted, though, it was like not to that degree. It would just be very
Oh.
slightly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Why would they paint their star upside down then? Were they autistic?
No, they're
They were probably
American.
really cold.
When I'm cold, painting a star upside down doesn't immediately pop to mind.
How many Americans does it take to paint the star the right way up? Well, let's see how many homeboys we got on this tank. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
So it takes
They
at
need a
least
red panda.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well, that's
red
probably didn't have
panda
the red
show.
panda there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys hear? Do you guys know the story about the Tiger II that was rammed to death?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
No.
for those who don't, so there was a Tiger
Dennis.
II that was, and it was an Irish commander in a Sherman, and they ended up having to ram the side of the Tiger II, which disabled the Sherman and temporarily disabled the Tiger II. Then what the commander, because the Sherman got shot up a bit and whatnot, the Irish commander jumped out of his tank, managed to hitch a ride back to base, found a Firefly whose commander had been killed. He commandeered it, went back to the Tiger II and put a couple rounds through the side of it using the Firefly. He basically used his own Sherman as just a way of pinning the Tiger II down. But I like that. But he rammed it and then went back to grab a Firefly to shoot it. 'Cause all he had was a short barrel.
Wow.
If you
Yeah,
could sum
wasn't
up
he in a Mark V?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was like something that couldn't go through it, and he just ended up ramming it.
how to sum up the logistics situation with the Allies in comparison to the Germans in 1944 in like one story. The Germans
Honestly.
have like these precious few tanks that they have to like hold on to each one, even when it's rammed. And the British are able to like just hop out of one tank and go commandeer another like it's a game of postscriptum.
Postscriptum IRL.
He's just like choosing which tank he wants to spawn.
Hey, John, you want the Firefly or the Easy 8? Oh, shit, I don't know.
Dennis, could you do me a favor and reload the slides?
Oh God.
No.
Yes,
It's
he
nothing
is.
bad. It's nothing bad.
Always
Sure,
say
it's
that.
You're right.
Now watch the tiger have feet now.
Hey, it probably would have moved quicker.
Yeah. So, King Tiger
Tits.
looks cool,
Yeah,
It does look
but
cool.
looks
has no
sick.
central heating.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
It's like
Jack and I
California.
love that.
Yeah.
It's nice and cold. So
Chilly.
now we got some models.
Hey.
That is some nice box art, I will say.
It is.
Honestly, yeah.
Dennis, can I just say that you left one of the King Tiger kits out?
What did I leave out?
The TACOM?
Oh, how could you leave
crap!
out the
You
tack
know
on
what
the-
I did. I am so sorry.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, I didn't
I'll
really because
bring
I
it
got
up
the
later.
There's that
Dashboard
one.
kit. Hold on, I've got
Yeah,
the
that's
Dashboard.
true.
You,
It's
you,
true.
The
you,
Dashboard
you
kit
didn't
is quite
forget it.
literally it was a purposeful omission. I mean, the Dashboard kit, I can say from experience, is literally the TACOM kit with different markings.
Well, it has TACOM on the bottom.
Oh, actually, yeah, looking at the markings, I think it's the same. Yeah, I think it's the same box as the TACOM. Okay, continue. My bad.
No. Yeah, but the King Tiger is a subject that's been pretty prolific for scale modelers. We're pretty lucky because all sorts of companies have done it. Everything from 72 scale, like the Flyhawk kits, which I've heard are really good, all the way up to the big trumpeter 16th scale, which is supposedly absolutely ridiculous for detail.
I think they have that one at Wheels and Wings.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
How much is it?
Expensive.
think it's like $300 or something. Like
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
no.
Oh my god.
But it does
I
have a
would
full
say.
interior. I will say that,
Hmm.
like full interior.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's nice.
What is
I
it,
think it
empty?
was $350.
Say again.
You said a full interior?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to know something weird though? You know these Dayusha kits at the bottom, right? They're
What about?
standard 35th scale.
No.
They are over $100.
What?
Yeah.
No.
And it's not like they're
not buying
loaded with
that.
aftermarket or anything. They're just a standard kit. They're over $100.
Wow.
Imagine you're like, oh, it's $100. It should be like aftermarket stuff and like metal barrel and really nice track links and everything like that. And then you get it, and it's like, wow, what the fuck?
It's the
Yeah.
Academy kit.
I know, for $100
Gotta be
bucks.
Reebok.
For $100
Well, how
you
much
could
does
buy. You could buy the Tamiya Ardennes front King Tiger Edward
Tamiya.
Fodratch. Yeah.
Tamiya.
You could probably buy 3D printed tool clamps for less than $100, and you'll have a beautiful model.
How much does the Meng kit cost?
I don't know. I think it's like in the $70, $80 range.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably.
That's actually not bad.
the
Well, I've heard-
Tacom 135th with full interior costs $60.
Really?
You sure
Yeah.
about that? That must
I'm
be 60
sure.
American, right? American.
Yeah, American.
Okay, never mind.
I'll
That
bring
makes
this
sense
point.
then.
I'll bring this point up again later in like 3 slides.
Oh god.
Oh
I have heard though, like apparently the Mang kits, especially the Porsche. Oh god, just the
no, cancel.
especially the early production turret is supposed to be like a really nice kit, like well tooled, slide molding and all that.
Yeah. How about the tracks?
If they're anything like the tracks on the Panther, they're going to be like individual link, but they aren't workable,
Okay.
and you have to glue the guide horns
Oh,
on like
no.
2 guide horns for each link.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason I won't be ever buying that kit. Cannot stand. Oh my god, it's bad enough when you have to do like track links, like all the track links, but like whenever they make you do like 4 pieces per track link, it's like Jesus fuck, dude.
I don't mind them.
Well, you're
I
just
love Dragon Magic tracks.
Yeah, I'm the guy who does photo etch railings, so
that is true. Yeah,
As for what are magic tracks like?
They are an absolute joy, especially when they come in the little baggie.
Oh,
You
they
just-
do they come pre-cut, so you
Yeah.
don't have to cut the sprue
Yeah.
off?
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
you literally just clip them together, apply cement, wrap them around your lower hull, and done.
damn.
I've got
Sounds
those
really
for my Panzer 4 and my let's see, my 251 and the T or the 38T from Dragon. They
You're
all
gonna
have
love
the-
them.
The
the stuff.
38T. Oh, damn.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, Jack. You're gonna have a 38T soon enough.
I know. I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to remember what's even in the box. It's been so long.
Panther interior.
Oh yeah, I forgot I put the full Panther
Oh
interior.
yeah, he's
yeah.
gonna have to Dremel the Panther I built for him apart. It's like it's all fully built already.
The Panther. It's got the Panther grates too, so I'm gonna take those out.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, then the machine guns, which is like the one thing you actually needed.
Yeah, that's the thing that's postponing my Stuart build. Now I've got like 4 builds on the go and haven't finished a model in a while.
Hell yeah, Jack.
Yeah, it's the MMP life.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. But those are the models. And Greg, I believe you built the Ardennes front one, right?
I did. I sure did.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Look at that snow.
Yeah, I built that a while back. And that's actually based off the actual intersection it was abandoned on.
Nice.
That's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
What'd
I like
you use
the,
for the snow?
It's a snow powder from Hobby Lobby. It's extremely fine. Like it's a very fine powder, so it's perfect. That army painter shit, I bought that as well, and it's like basically like really fat salt. It sucks.
Fat soul.
Don't buy army painter stuff because it sucks. There's snow at least.
I'd like to counter. Army Painter Strong Tone is awesome.
No, their snow sucks. All right, I've used some other stuff, and it's good. It's a good brand with the exception of their snow. It's not to scale, and it's like little beads, so they bounce everywhere, and they roll. It's not like powder, so
Yeah.
It's like glass, isn't it? Like glass micro.
pretty much, yeah. It's really, honest to God, it's not good for modeling. Especially like if I wanted to add it onto the vehicle there, onto the tank, it would not have worked.
Yeah, it would have looked way out of scale.
Good to know.
Hey Dennis, how's that for health and safety? The only hobby that actively spreads most microplastics around for an effect.
I mean, well, I will just say, like, I guess we're gonna have to have like a health and safety. Look at what you've done, Callum. You've set me off now.
Oh god. Oh gosh.
We're gonna have to have like a segment where we talk about health and safety. Okay, so today's the first segment. You guys know CA accelerator?
Yeah.
You know that stuff? Like you spray it on your CA glue and it makes it cure a lot faster.
See, you were going to say makes it hard, and then you decided to change your mind.
I decided to be judicious about it. Do not ever use that in an enclosed space without proper ventilation and or respiratory protection, because that stuff is bad.
Oh, does it like burn your eyes?
No, it attacks your nervous system and your respiratory system.
Oh, fun.
I will say, not saying how it happened, but I got a good whiff of it today without expecting it, and I had to sit out for a few minutes because it was bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's an alternative to that stuff for kicking super glue? Baking powder or baking soda, one of them.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Don't they go like yellow over time?
Not too sure on that, but if you want a less lethal way of kicking CA, baking powder or baking soda, you chuck it over that. You just sprinkle some of that and instantly dry it cures.
Nice.
Well,
If you don't want to make mustard gas when you're modeling,
Don't be like the German army in 1914.
honestly,
choose the non-lethal ammunition.
slugs.
Oh, so you're saying don't be like every American cop ever?
Damn.
Ooh.
Okay, Ezra.
We're not going to hear from Ezra for a little while.
Yeah.
There's a laser on his forehead right now.
Oh crap.
Most Breaking Bad moment ever.
Add that to we can make a new like
Channel?
yeah. Breaking Bad moments.
That's just my everyday life, though.
Yeah.
Is it, though? Is it?
You're right. I don't cook meth. For
Okay.
legal reasons, I don't cook meth.
Turn
Wait a
Ezra's
second.
bragging golf corner into Breaking Bad moments.
Go ahead, yeah.
And if you are wondering what we're talking about right now, join the Discord. We have a link for it everywhere. If you join the Discord, you can take part in our model competitions, show off your works in progress, and learn what nefarious activities Ezra gets up to.
You can also talk to us without paying, like every other fucking modeler.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
You don't have to join a Patreon to ask us questions. We are real
for
people.
now. For now.
Just wait
For
until
now,
we're
we're
big
free.
and famous.
Oh, shut
Yeah.
up.
And
That'll
we
never
wait
happen.
a long time for that.
Well,
Oh, I gotta say, on your Tiger, I like the attention to detail around the like the vents where it's not
thank you.
snowy.
Yeah.
mhm.
I appreciate that.
It's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
We'll say, good job painting the figures' uniforms. I don't know how you got those little red lines.
It's with those
patience.
brushes from before, right?
Actually, yes, that was actually the first figure set I did with those brushes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Cool.
Alright.
Alright, this is what I asked you to reload the slides for. I remember
Okay.
I did build a King Tiger. This is
What?
the
There's no
TACOM.
anime.
There is
That's
no anime.
insane.
This is the TACOM 1/35th scale King Tiger full interior.
King Tiger if it was in Chicago.
So
Can't have anything.
The crew, Greg will appreciate this, is actually a Chinese ripoff.
Nice.
And this was my first attempt ever at making a little base for it. You know, I was so proud of it when I finished it. I mean, even to this day, I think it holds up okay.
I like it a lot.
Thank you. I had a really fun time doing it. And the tracks were Lincoln length, and TACOM provides you with a little jig. It helped. It's actually painted in totally inaccurate colors. The quote-unquote Dunkelgelb color was just Krylon spray paint. And then the brown was just craft paint.
Ah, fuck accuracy.
Yeah, of course it was craft paint.
Yeah. Hey,
It does look
there's
good
nothing,
though.
There's
I'm
nothing
not saying
wrong
it
with
doesn't
craft
look good.
paint.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I think it was all done
This
with
is
craft paint.
the doctor's office. This is the doctor's office anatomy version of the Tiger.
Oh yeah. And if you go on to the next slide, there's a few other pics.
Ooh.
There's the crew looking like zombies. First time I ever painted figures,
Oh God,
That's your first time.
but
the driver looks like he's about to sneeze.
Too much Panzer chocolate.
Who got that action shot?
But yeah, I actually like wired the radio up and stuff. But other than that, it was just built totally out of the box. Well, except for the aftermarket crew.
As a question about the craft paint you used,
Yeah.
how
Shoot.
well did it chip? Did you need to use thinner to chip it, or could you just do it with water?
Oh, just water. Yeah, I actually did hairspray chipping on it.
Okay,
So
that's good to know.
the chipping you see on the transmission housing, that wasn't done with a brush. That was on water. So I sprayed silver, and then put a coat of hairspray, sprayed my custom red oxide, and then chipped it.
Looks
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Thank you. I have no idea what happened to it. I think it's broken, but we'll never know.
No, revive it.
I don't even know where it
Yeah,
is.
That's actually like a really nice little model there.
Yeah, thank you. It
Yeah,
was
you gotta find it and figure out what to do with it.
yeah. I probably built it, I don't know, maybe a year into the hobby.
You're making me feel like really crappy with my talent then, man.
No,
Damn.
don't feel bad because I was watching Night Shift's first models video and I felt really bad.
Yeah,
I
that
was like-
video's rough.
Yeah. I'm like, crap. I need to step up.
Need to take off.
Night shift, you hoser. We love you.
Jim, you hoser. Come on the podcast, bud.
Oh
We'll give you
god.
Timmy's.
Imagine that.
I do a great Canadian accent.
No, we need the chief to
I would
on
hope
the
so.
Speaking of
floor.
great Canadian accents, we have a segment on this show called A Hill to Die On, where one of us comes on with a really bad take and usually gets crucified for it. And this week, we've got Ezra.
I don't take responsibility for this.
You don't.
You guys just said. I
My
thought.
brother, this is your Hill to Die On.
I thought other people were adding pictures. We were going to talk about the clean Wehrmacht theory and how it's completely true.
How it's true?
No. There were some bad people in the Wehrmacht.
Hugh
Yeah,
Lance
don't
on
say.
Donkey's episode right now.
Yeah, exactly. There was nothing clean about them. They committed war crimes as well. Boo.
If we're looking at it from a
Wehrmacht.
war crime perspective, no country is a clean military.
This is true.
True, yeah.
Granted,
Okay, but
Canadians,
question, though,
Brits,
like, have
Russians.
you guys ever actually met anyone who believes in the clearing Wehrmacht theory? Like, I actually haven't met
Not in real
anyone who
life.
does that.
Interacted with people online, yeah.
I mean, I know a kid in person who says the Russian invasion of Ukraine is justified.
Oh, great.
Great.
Yeah,
That sounds
yeah.
like Truth or Consequences, yeah?
I
You know what
guarantee
you need
you,
to
if you
do?
show him to me a cement, he'll probably drink it.
Now that's a New Mexico moment.
He said that
Breaking Bad moment.
he said that Russia's helping the Ukraine. Like Ukraine wants to be part of Russia again.
Isn't that what Putin said?
I'm like, yeah, then why are they fighting limb for limb?
That's a lot of javelins for a country that wants to be in there. That's what you know what you should do? Like, just start slipping him pictures of burnt out T-72s.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I gotta send him a picture of the T-90 MS that got knocked out.
Yes.
Also, shout out to the Canadian government because what knocked out that T-90 was actually a Canadian Carl Gustav.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Jack, our
there
tax dollars at work, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't there also a Canadian sniper that went over in like the beginning of the invasion?
Yeah, there was.
Yes.
Forget their name, though.
The fucking better version of what's his name? Chris Kyle.
Now
Dude,
you're really
Canada
going to
has
get
the-
us canceled.
Yeah, honestly.
Canada
You know
has
what?
the
I'll
best
hop on that train.
marksmen, though.
Chris Kyle was not
Canada-
that great.
Yeah, he wasn't. He's a bit overrated. Though,
Canada has incredible marksmen.
yeah.
Like, wasn't there one story where it was, I don't know who it was, broke a record, and then his spotter broke his record right after him?
Can you imagine how pissed you'd be?
Yeah. Both Canadians, by the way. Yeah.
The power of Timbits, man.
Power of Timbits.
That'll be the only time where the customary sorry will be met with a lot of swearing. Oh, sorry, I just broke your record. It's like, fuck you.
Oh, I thought you were saying he was going
Go
to say
take
sorry
off,
to the guy whose head he emptied.
Oh,
Fuck that guy.
I thought that just happens naturally. Like, that's all you hear in a battle. That's all you hear in a battle with Canadians is sorry, 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 sorry.
No, the bullets
Oh,
have
sorry,
sorry
mate.
engraved on them.
And then if you call in artillery, you hear all this explosions, and then you just hear in the distance, sorry.
On the radio? Sorry.
When you have a broken arrow and you hear the sorry come over their intercom.
We had a broken arrow incident in New Mexico. We nearly obliterated Albuquerque off of the face of the earth. Which would have been for the better.
Thing?
Yeah, it would have been a good
Positive?
thing.
Yeah.
Though the only downside would be Tier C would probably be terribly, coated in radiation.
Well, not anymore.
That's also a good thing.
Hold on. Aren't you guys near the White Sands missile range?
Yeah, or
Dude,
about,
I mean, you
an
talk about
hour.
being coated in radiation like you'd be any more than you already are.
I mean, yes and no.
Ezra,
That's
show
why
us
you
your
like
third arm.
spikes.
I didn't want to tell you guys, but I have two heads.
I think we
Can
all
we
do.
meet the other one?
One is a maple boo, the other's a wereaboo.
They fight constantly.
It's like those. There are two sides of me memes.
Yeah, I go to White Sands all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of some of the experiments they did there with salted bombs?
Only vaguely. See,
Yeah. Well, there's going to be another health and safety report there.
just don't think
Sweet and
about
salty.
it. Just don't think about it as you're romping around in the white sand. Don't think about your organs slowly being turned into liquid. Well, fuck, I'm never going back.
It's like a blender.
A very slow blender.
I'm never going back to White Sands.
Now that's a Breaking Bad moment.
Jesse, we need to cook.
Meanwhile, you're being cooked in the sand.
Meanwhile, my insides are being cooked. Wait,
Anyways,
what were we talking about again? Oh yeah,
clean
the clean
Wehrmacht.
Wehrmacht.
you were defending the clean Wehrmacht theory.
No. That was my second head. Yeah, no, clean Wehrmacht theory, total bullshit. War crimes, they helped with the
crimes-
Holocaust.
War crime's bad.
Yeah, war crimes bad unless you win.
Unless you win.
I'd say the victors write history, so no one ever hears about all the
Yeah.
atrocities that the Allies committed.
Exactly.
But we just don't talk
Okay,
about that because we want
this is a good thing to bring up. Would you consider the firebombings of Tokyo and dropping the nukes on Hiroshima and Nagasaki war crimes?
Yes.
No fucking shit.
No.
Is that even a question?
No,
Yes, it
definitely
is a
not.
question because I have met people who will fight that fact that they were not war crimes and they were essential to end the war.
I'm not saying they're not justified. Like the well.
I will argue that they were not war crimes. I will take on all four of you on that if you want.
I think the atomic bombs justify Nanking.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree. But the
I
firebombing,
believe
Yeah.
they were necessary, right? It happened for a reason, but it was definitely a war crime.
I believe
Yes.
that both those were actually the merciful way.
I don't think
refuse
atomic
to
bombs were
elaborate on that.
necessary.
I mean,
No, but think about
I feel
it.
like the atomic bombs would have been better than like continual firebombing.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
the
it probably
firebombing, too,
killed
it
less
was
people,
like-
to be honest.
Yeah,
The firebombing also really crippled the Japanese industry, which, like, if the war had continued a bit longer, you would have started to really see the effects of lack of industry, right?
that's true.
You know,
Yeah, but weren't POWs like working in the factories that were getting firebombed?
Say what?
I read that somewhere. I forget where.
Probably, it's Japan.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
yeah, but especially like the atomic bomb, I will argue they were not war crimes. In fact, they were probably the merciful route. Because imagine, like, you remember how bad Normandy was, right?
Right.
Imagine that times 10, and there you go. You have Operation Down. What was it? Codename Downfall. I want to
Yeah,
say?
downfall.
Yeah, imagine that, but like, so imagine Normandy, but on an even bigger scale.
You're right. Yeah, and the Japanese most likely would never have surrendered. So
But on the other side of that, it's the like there's still generations of people still affected by those bombs.
That
Really?
is actually true. Yeah.
And they used it as an experiment on the Japanese. This is a good hill to die on. Why do we do clean?
yeah, you're
Wehrmacht
welcome. You're welcome.
You have to have like
Thanks,
that
Ezra.
initial hill to die on, and then you segue into the real one. It's a feint.
You start with other
Deception
war
and everything
crimes.
you do.
Yeah. Never let your opponents know your next move.
Our opponents can't know our plans if we ourselves don't know them.
Like we didn't know we would be talking about the King Tiger until an hour before recording.
Shut up.
Actually,
we planned
2
this.
hours.
We planned
because
this.
We spent 2 hours making that stupid picture.
Oh God, yeah. Did we even show it?
Yes.
For like
I
a couple
must-
seconds.
Oh, I must have
A
missed it
minute
then.
or two.
It does make you wonder though. Like, was it a good idea to let the nuclear cat out of the bag? Because
No.
like on one hand,
No.
now we're aware of how destructive they are, which kind of
Right.
informs people not to use
Since
them. But on
the-
the other hand, it also means that people learn to use them.
Well, since
be
the
fair-
50s, we've all been faced with like the possibility of the destruction of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that's
think-
probably not a good thing.
Granted, what Jack says is true. It probably wasn't a good thing that they were introduced, but think of all of the wars and the lives that would have been lost if we did not
Right.
use the
Right.
nuclear bomb, not only in World War II, right? Let's say the nukes weren't used and the war lasted, at least in the Pacific, until like 48, right? And then all that's done with, well, then you have Korea, and then you
Mhm.
have
Mm-hmm.
all the proxy wars that would have started up in Europe. Because like,
Not to
why
mention war
didn't
with the Soviet Union?
exactly? Yeah, but say why didn't the Soviet Union, push further west, and why didn't the West push further east, right? Because there was that tension. And same thing with like the Cuban Missile Crisis, fucking all this shit. There would have been so. I personally believe there would have been way more wars and conflicts than there already are if we
Right.
did not have nukes.
I
Right.
feel like it might have pushed more of like a racial agenda though, like those damn commies. Like it made a lot of people hate a lot of people a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I wonder. I haven't heard anything about this, but like, I wonder why they didn't just like drop one singular nuke on, say, like Tokyo or wherever, like the emperor and all his military staff were. Like, why'd they drop them on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and not somewhere of more like
to make a
value?
statement.
Yeah, I think that was
That's
the idea
also
to leave
where
the
the
Japanese
factories
government.
were.
I think the idea was to leave the government intact so they could actually do the surrender, but like to also send a statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also
For
was
the
like-
statement and to take down the industry.
Wasn't it the same day that Hiroshima got bombed? Wasn't it the same day the Soviet Union entered the war against Japan?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think that though, like obviously people say the nukes ended the war, but like I think also to some extent, the knowledge that the Soviets were now going to be fighting the Japanese was also like, at least I think it sped things up for their decision to surrender.
The Japs were like, "Oh no, not again."
If nukes were never dropped and the Soviets and Americans were in like a joint operation against Japan, I wonder how different the world would be right now.
That is true. We wouldn't have Tamiya.
Oh
Yeah.
crap!
Oh,
no.
We don't have nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons are perfect.
We don't
create
want to
the
see that
ideal
in
world.
history.
Swords into plowshares, guys. Swords into plowshares.
Zvezda would be the new Tamiya.
Oh god!
Okay, no, to be
They're
fair,
not bad.
new
They're not bad.
Zvezda stuff isn't bad.
I will say I'm grateful that Zvezda has chosen to make the C-130J in 1/72 scale. And then there's complete silence because I'm talking to a group of tank modelers, not aircraft modelers.
Yeah.
No,
I just
no,
started
no,
Hey,
working
speak for
there.
yourself. Jesus.
I would only. I don't care that they
Where are
made
you?
the
Where are
J.
you to back me up?
I don't care that they made the J variant. I'd rather they make an AC-130. You have
Get the fuck
bolts.
out of here, you Call of Duty
I'm
player.
pretty sure Tallery makes the AC-130.
They do. I've built it. It's shit. Don't buy it. Don't waste $100.
Oh my
100
god.
Damn.
Yeah, it's extremely bad. Zvezda, if you're listening and not too busy invading Ukraine, please make please make an AC-130.
Suka plieta.
They're not gonna listen to us anymore.
Hey,
Yeah,
someone
I
go check on that.
Ezra, if you're gonna die, please don't die on the podcast.
Ezra's crying and throwing up.
I literally did throw up.
I heard
Oh
that.
Christ
I
alive.
heard that. We got it recorded.
The vitamin water
Right,
came
right.
out my nose.
Greg, you need to do like a cast back on this guy.
I was laughing.
Callum,
I was
in
drinking.
In that second where he threw up, can you just like
Yeah.
boost the volume to like 200%?
Oh, yeah, totally. I'm
Yeah.
gonna like make sure no one else is talking in it and just clip that bit.
Just clip it in.
I had the stuff in my mouth as I started laughing, and then it just came out. Oh.
I'm sure it
And
did.
this is how we get safety briefings.
Oh.
Okay, so anyways.
Okay, continue. Ah.
Anyways,
unfortunate.
nuclear power is great because Tamiya.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying the MMP podcast condoned the bombing of Japan?
Yep.
No, no.
I will
we're
actually,
off-
Ezra, to answer your question, I will answer your question with a question. Did the bombing
We
of
will-
Japan inevitably create Tamiya?
And
Yes.
that's our next hill to die on.
Yeah,
So I think you've got your answer as to whether or not we condone the bombing.
we're never
Dun,
going
dun,
to.
dun.
We're never going to Japan. If we
Join the
do,
Discord
Discord
yourself.
server, we will answer that.
if we go to Japan, we're gonna get like.
No one's gonna know us, we'll be fine.
I was going to say,
You're
yeah,
right.
none of them are going to be
They don't speak
like watching
English.
an English podcast.
Yeah.
Especially about tanks.
Well, yeah, the Japanese could learn a thing or two about tanks.
Excuse me?
Mia executives are listening right now.
Excuse me, Ezra. You want to repeat that? You want to take
Yes.
this outside the recording
Yeah,
studio?
the Chi would like to talk to you. The
Oh, I thought we were talking
Chi
about
would like.
modern tanks. Never mind.
Oh,
they,
no,
they
no,
suck.
no.
Hago.
They were
Yeah, the
ass.
Hago.
The Hago with its manually traversed turret.
The
Oh, no, yeah,
World War II Japanese Armor Corps was a sorry excuse of an armor corps. With the exception of that, the modern Japanese Self-Defense Force,
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
very much good shit. They
How
took
about
some
we
notes.
not
Of
talk
course,
about the
they had to
Japanese
put their tanks on
military?
air suspension.
Dennis,
Of course.
when are you going to build that tank with the mine roller I sent?
I will. I'm debating though whether I'm going to put the mining roller on a Type 10
Oh, yeah, I
or
forgot
a
about
Type
that.
74.
Somebody
Yeah.
needs to build a stance Japanese tank.
I'm considering it, Jack.
But
I'm actually
no,
considering
no.
doing it.
Stance Hago?
Stance Doggo with the cambered tracks,
Oh, no.
Yeah, the camera
the
track.
tofu
Remember-
delivery Hago.
Oh, no. Dennis,
Make it like
remember,
neon colors.
Kitmaker has a Japanese campaign going right now.
Yeah, I ain't been on Kitmaker in a minute though. I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah, me neither. I gotta upload more to my turpits.
Is that because
Aw.
they've probably listened to one episode and just went, "Oh, that's him, kick."
No, I mean I used to post like 5-6 times a day, and now
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just, like,
yeah. Dennis was almost as active, not more active than me.
Oh
and then
yeah,
I just suddenly stopped.
Dennis was a Kitmaker fanboy.
I think it was because I found out about Discord. I started the group.
Yeah.
Well,
You're gonna have to bleep this out.
Yeah,
But
silence.
I think this Discord server is the evolution of Kitmaker. Please
Yeah,
go
you're
ahead.
gonna
and
have to definitely bleep that one out.
Bleep that
Yeah.
out.
You
Actually,
gotta promote the
bleep it out,
Discord
though.
server in Kitmaker.
Oh crap! We still have our works in progresses. Oh boy.
How long?
Bro, we
how
haven't
we've
even
been
breached an
recording
hour.
for
This is
a
gonna be
bit.
one of our shortest episodes yet.
Oh, but it's probably our best.
Short
Yeah,
and
it's
sweet.
pretty good.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this one.
It feels like we've been recording for a while, but we were
But
just
yeah, because we
online a
have
while
been
before.
on the call for like 10
That
hours. now.
that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
true.
It's
That is
been
true.
literally about 3 hours. Yeah.
Anyways,
All right, so this is my first slide for my work in progress. This is the Tamiya M8 Greyhound that I'm doing for the my in Operation Husky Invasion of Sicily diorama. This is depicting the 2nd Armored Division, their first time in combat, and this is what I've gotten so far. So
Greg, that's
Send it.
fucking tits.
I'm really glad you guys are picking up on my lingo. That's fucking
That is-
tits.
That model is tits.
That
Tits and M8
tits,
Greyhounds.
bro.
Yeah, dude, that thing is fucking beautiful. I said it before, but I love all of the pictures taped
The
up.
masking tape.
Yeah.
Thank you, fellas. I try to make it as like lived in and personal and accurate as possible. So like that bottom left is the A driver's seat, and he has the invasion map of the actual invasion map of Operation Husky. So
Oh, that's
No
so
way.
cool.
he's able to like map out where to go and things like that. And of course, he's got his like nude pictures up there because who doesn't like having nude pics? Then on the left hand side, you got the driver's seat with the it actual like there's the portrait right, and then on the right you can't really see it, but it's like a pinup art of a 1943 July calendar, and that's when the invasion of Sicily actually happened. So he'd be able to like mark off the days and shit like that, and then yeah, that behind them obviously the grease gun with the sling, the radio, and then the extra 30 ammo down there in the under compartment.
Those nude pics are metaphorically and physically tits.
We have ascended in our perception of tits models.
Dude, we need to get a shirt with just the silhouette of a tank, and it just says tits. In
The
all
new
caps.
MMP shirt. It's gonna have our logo on the
Make
back,
that-
and on the front it's gonna be a leopard with the word tits written in it.
Yo, make that an emoji.
Oh,
Emoji.
yeah.
It says
I
tits.
will.
Yeah, in like big bold blue letters.
All right, slide 2, please, would you, Dennis?
No, I
All
would
right.
not.
Oh, well, suck it. Part 2. Let's see. The top, you got a handwritten letter on the A driver's compartment, on his little hatch there. And then the 2 bottom pictures are the turret and where the commander and the gunner would have been. There on the left-hand side, you got a picture and a letter. Right-hand side is just more ready rack stuff. And then the high up there on the top right is the toolkit that I have put on since we started the podcast, and then the P51D from Revell that I'm slowly putting together.
Very cool.
Nice.
Oh, yes. My Bob Semple. Callum here might have a few words to say about it, but it's nearly done. I've worked so hard on it. I'm so happy to nearly be done. I just have to add a few more variety to the grass, then actually settle the tank in the ground. Maybe add a few more pieces of stowage. Add a little more dust to the tracks. But
So
overall,
would you say you've almost finished?
oh yeah, it's like 98% done.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Don't worry, Jack, I got it.
That little nameplate was it came with the kit. So
I love when they do that.
yeah, shout out to Vargas.
Yeah, I'm
was
coming
amazing
from
stuff.
that. I'm coming for that.
Oh
That'll
no!
lock your doors.
Oh, God.
no.
Hey, Ezra, how do you...
Don't worry, I live in New
Ezra, how do
Mexico.
you-
I have guns.
God.
Whoa.
How do you seal your
Whoa.
pigments on your vehicles? Like, what do you use to, like, bond them on?
Just thinner.
Like, enamel thinner?
And then, yep, and then don't touch it.
Very well.
Yeah. So that's mainly why I made the base for it, so I don't have to touch the model itself.
Smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Go to the next slide, please. Okay. So that picture on the right, it shows the grass fairly well, and you can see the 2 bits of stowage I painted up. It took about 2 hours to do
2
just
hours,
that.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Thank you. I need to add a little more dust to the tracks, then go over everything with a pencil to burnish the edges. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite models. It's so fun to put together.
What is that under the tracks?
I'm not even sure what that can is. It's a can with a tarp and then a helmet.
No, I mean, like on the
a
side
stone?
there. Yeah, or it looks like it, like putty almost.
Oh, the gray thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a rock.
Is it?
Yeah, I need to go over it with a wash and paint some highlights.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah, it's a rock. There's a few little ones scattered around. Sorry, Callum, I had no idea what New Zealand ground looked like, so...
I mean, just you could ask for a pic or two, or a description.
Or Google. That works too.
Yeah, but... Hey, I was in a mood. I wanted just to do dirt with grass.
Ezra, it looks fine, dude.
Thank you. I'm stoked with it. Oh, yes. So... Vargas scale models in a, I think in August he said we'll be shipping these kits out. The International Mark 8.
Whoa! Look at those rivets.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking monster. He says it's about 1 foot long.
Dear God.
1/35th scale.
Make room on your shelves, boys.
Yeah.
Imagine all the resin he's going to have to use to print one of those.
Mm-hmm. I think he said it's gonna take like 6 20-hour prints.
Oh,
120 hours of just printing.
Yep. For
One vehicle.
one.
I really hope he's got more than one printer on the go.
Oh, probably does.
It's gonna be so cool.
All right,
Yeah.
Patreon, step it up.
I can't wait.
We all need one.
We all need one.
Yeah.
The Vargas group build.
Yes. We
Well,
definitely
we
have to do a
gotta
Vargas
see if we
rebuild.
can get the podcast sponsored by them.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Dude, imagine if we all had like actual like podcasting attire, and it's got like in the NASCAR racers, they've got all the logos on them.
Oh yeah.
On it.
Yeah.
We got like Tamiya logos.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I will.
That'll be the day.
I'll see what I can do.
But fuck
Oh,
it.
yeah, have
If
fireproof racing suits.
See, Ezra, you just got to impress them enough. Then it's like, oh well, if you had a little contribution, and we'll like put an advert out on a podcast no one will ever listen to. But yeah,
Accurate.
Let's get us
We
that
all-
Ammo by Mig sponsorship.
Oh god, guys, we all know everyone at Vargas is gonna listen to this. They're gonna look at me. They're gonna be like, nope,
Block you.
Nope.
nope.
No Liberty tank for you.
So guys, shh, just keep it on the down low. It'll be fine.
We love
banned from
Vargas scale
ordering
models. We are listened to by many people. Ezra is deserving of a sponsorship.
He's deserving of a lot of sponsorships. I think.
Sounds like you're trying to hypnotize somebody.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Why are we trying to hypnotize? Because
I
nothing
feel-
else we do works.
We have resorted to dark magic.
Speaking of dark magic, this is what I've been working on this week. I've been
Smooth
basically
transition.
So as Greg was working on the Operation Husky diorama, I too am working on an Operation Husky diorama. This is going to be a British Sherman 3 from Italy. I'm basically going to have this passing a much-vaunted self-propelled gun that's like dug into the ground. It's kind of being used almost like a pillbox. And it's
Pure
going to have the hatches
pillbox.
open because that kit has, from Italy, has a rudimentary interior. So I'd say I could definitely make something go with it.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
But I assembled this. This is my first Asuka kit. I'm very happy with it. The 50 cal on this was really nice. I even got like all the sights drilled out.
Oh,
Although I
look
will have
at that.
to clean up some of the seam lines.
Nice.
And it's got a working suspension. So Callum, you'll be happy with me. I made the suspension workable.
attaboy. To be honest, like that method of putting the like little rubber bits in the bogies was actually really good.
I've got to say, I really thought it was going to be worse than it actually was. It was really easy.
Yeah, it's not. It's a little bit fiddly to do it, but once you get it, it's quite good because then you can like, if you want to make it going over something, or say, because I did that with the Tasca Jumbo. The Jumbo with all the weight from the extra metal on the front pushes the front suspension down to it's absolutely like maxed out on like flat ground. And because of that, you're actually able to model that. So I've got so if you look at my Jumbos properly, you see it's got it's left like dropping in the front, and you see the suspension on it is like maxed out on the front two bogies. So it's quite a good system to do. I quite like it.
Yeah, I love details like that. They add so much.
I will say the kit built like a Tamiya kit, but it was way more detailed. I'm really happy with it.
The new Tamiya.
No, honestly, for Shermans, I'd say go with these guys. If they make a kit you're looking for, it's worth the extra money.
Sorry, who made it?
A Tasca or Asuka. Like, they go under
Oh.
both names.
Okay, cool.
Didn't Tamiya rebox their Firefly?
I actually think they rebox Tamiya's Firefly. I think the way it works is that they take Tamiya kits, rebox them, and add their own sprues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You'll notice I said Tamiya there, not Tamiya. I switch it up.
Thank you.
Keep the
Those
masses happy.
Oh, those
Yeah.
headlight guards are actually. Look at those.
They're actually kind of in scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy with that. And also, Homeboy at work hooked me up with the 1:64 scale price.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got working suspension too.
What?
Of
Sweet.
course it does.
Full interior.
Are you gonna give it a custom paint job?
Nah, I don't know actually. Maybe I'll 3D print some wheels for it and stuff like that.
3D print a
Oh,
fucking
you
toe.
should.
Do
The
it!
Macau International Airport anti-aircraft gun.
You have a 3D printer for a reason.
It's got a stinger on the roof.
Put some
God, what did we
monster
do?
truck tires on it.
Oh, I'm gonna actually have to do this now.
No,
Or
it's not
Stanza.
American.
There you go,
Stanza.
the air defense prize.
Air defense prize.
So this horrifying looking thing is my one, Herman the German. So that's what I'm calling it at the moment because I just like it's my German. It's the machine gunner. It's Herman.
Somehow you picked the most racist name. That's like
Herman's a
Joe
German.
the American.
But yeah, so I decided to do this figure. I've got the AK figure set, the skin and flesh tones. So I figured I'll give it a try on this one, and this is what I've come up with. And that picture on the right, I got to say, is terrifying. Like the soul has left his eyes.
Homie looks like he's seen some shit.
He's a
you
German
picked those
machine
eyes?
gunner, of course.
Oh yeah, all that muzzle flash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the
so-
eyes do look really good.
Yeah. How did you paint those?
I'll let you in on something. I didn't actually know what the fuck I was doing. I was just mixing different paints and slapping it on and just then putting a wash over things. So that's like skin tone and Tamiya dark brown wash. That's it.
Oh, so
Spider!
like Tamiya acrylics.
It's the enamel wash and
Ah, sweet.
yeah. So all I've got left, so just during the podcast, I've painted his helmet white. You good there, Ezra?
No, I
I'm
just
just killing bugs.
He's missing a chunk of him. The spider was able to take some.
so I see the
He's
spider
missing his
crawling
second
up the wall. So what do? I grab the first thing I can find with a flat bottom, which is a bottle of isopropyl alcohol. I smash it at the wall. The alcohol sprays everywhere, and
Now
of
he's
course
high.
I missed. I missed the spider.
Are you saying that spider's
in
now going to be
alcohol.
drunk?
Yeah. Should have
I
sprayed it
missed
with
it. Now it's
alcohol.
on the ceiling, and I'm scared.
Should have sprayed it and then lit it on fire with a match.
Yeah. Flamethrower.
So now there's a big splotch of alcohol on the wall, and I'm scared.
Hi,
it's gonna
welcome to
crawl
the
all
Mock
over me.
Machines podcast where we tell you what not to do.
By
Like
example.
alcohol. Come on, Ezra. You want
Yes,
this?
by example.
Yeah, so then all I've got left to do on him is I've painted his helmet white with white enamel paint, and then using terps and just like dabbed it to try and remove
Dab.
a random pattern from it, just to as a sort of whitewash. You know how they did that in the Second World War? They whitewashed their helmets.
Yep.
So that's the effect I've got, and then I've also put a dark umber pigment along the bottom of his trench coat to look like he's been walking through mud and stuff. So
Ooh,
and then now I'm
nice.
just at the moment I'm just going in with oil paints to do all the like sort of panel lining and stuff off the jacket, and then I've got to do a few highlights, and then I am going to cover him in snow.
Nice.
And
Do
then
you
I'll just
think
get
this
basic-
is something you'll do again?
Maybe.
What's your
You
favorite
should,
part about doing the 1 to 16th?
Don't know. It's just they're just nice and simple. You know, they're not like trying to put because I'm saying this is nice and simple because the next thing I'm going to start building is the Mark IV tadpole, and
Oh, heavens.
well, Greg's seen the sprues I've got. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
looks like a
remember.
basic tank, and this thing has got 3 sprues just for the road wheels alone.
Oh no.
Damn.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
Rest in peace.
It's really,
bad.
really bad.
And I think there's about 9 sprues in total.
Wow.
The only good thing about this is they've got the clip-on tracks,
Oh,
and
those
they're
are
already
fun.
separated in a bag, so the tracks
Nice.
are probably going to be the
Okay.
easiest part, and they're
There
workable.
you
And
go. There you
Well,
go.
there you go,
Silver
yeah.
lining.
Can't stop winning.
Yeah, I gotta say, I actually really like TACOM now. TACOM is
Yeah, me
definitely one of my
too.
favorites.
I'm a TACOM fanboy. With that,
I've got two of their kits at that show. I got the T3 transporter bus from the German ISAF.
Oh, I'm so
then-
jealous. I've been trying to get that kit for so long.
I got it for $20. I was
No
so happy.
way.
Dead ass.
Are you
yeah.
kidding?
I'm
What
dead
the
ass, dude.
fuck?
And then I got the TACOM German civilian car with the propane IEDs and the guy out the driver's seat with the AK.
That T3, it's like whenever I go into a hobby store, I tell myself if they have that T3, I'm getting it.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of it.
Please.
Because
I'm
I've
so
also,
jealous.
then over the week, I've also added to my stash even
Ooh.
more. So I've broken my rule and I've got two models of the same thing. So I've got two IL2 M3, but they're going to be as a diorama.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
but they're two brands that I've never seen before. They're really old kits. The first one is, I think it's called Daco. And the other one that I picked up from an air show last weekend for $10 is a Polish one, Scala. Scala? Skala.
Oh, watch out! I've heard horror stories about that one.
Honestly, it doesn't look bad. I mean, and then I've also got, just out of pure interest sake, a Bachem BA349, also known as the Natter. So I've got a Natter fighter, which will be really cool to put together. So it's
Nice.
and it's a tiny aircraft. It's in 72nd scale, and it's so it's made by Bren Gun, and it has photo etch seatbelts in it,
Brendan's cool.
and they are tiny.
Oh god, you got to send us like a detailed picture of it.
The only way I'll be able to do that, I've actually borrowed my dad's digital microscope just for that, just to work on this one because it's so small.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
All
one.
right.
The turtle.
Speaking of TACOM,
Jack, you fucked up. This
Am
isn't
I?
a ship.
just wait.
Oh god, oh god.
Okay, so the turtle, my new favorite armored car thing.
I want that kit so badly.
Look at that.
I know
thing.
it's really nice. It's strange because it comes in 4 different sprues and 2 of them are like the same. The whole thing is completely symmetrical.
Huh.
So it's like you build one half and then you build the exact same thing twice, stick it together. It's all completely symmetrical.
Oh, that's so cool.
Does it have an interior?
No, it doesn't. And
Perfect.
I doubt you could find a
That's
kit
perfect.
for it, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking I might do a German camo for it because look at that camo. It looks cool, but it looks like a nightmare.
Yeah, but you're building a ship model. You can deal with nightmares.
Yeah, not painting nightmares.
That's fair.
I don't have the patience for that yet.
But you have patience for railings.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. Also that both sides, well, it's symmetrical. It steers on both sides, so both of the wheels steer, which is good for dioramas, I guess. Rubber wheels, fuck yeah.
Not bad.
That's tits.
It is pretty tits, honestly. So I'm thinking some sort of like cobbled road diorama. I was talking with Greg the other day, and I might do like a mini art. They have a mini art European barn kit.
Oh, Jack. Cobblestones, right? That's what you're thinking
Yeah.
of doing?
Yeah.
I was on AliExpress the other day, and guess what I saw? It's this tool where they give you basically this whole handle, and you have the ability to put like these blades they give you at different positions on the handle, and you can drag it across foam, and it creates cobblestones for you.
What actually?
Send the link. I swear to God, I will buy
I will
that.
find it, and I will send the link to you guys. I think it was like $10.
Okay.
Oh my
Pop
God.
it in industry stuff.
I will, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah.
Well,
they might be
yeah, no,
interested.
That's a good interruption.
That is a good interruption. Like, how I usually do cobblestone is just like cut the stone shapes out with a hobby knife and then paint it up and then go over it all with plaster of Paris to fill in the cracks there.
Right.
That's my method. Yeah, but I don't know. This is coming along pretty well. It's not quite done because all the finishing touches have to be done when I'm like ready to paint, or when I have more on the diorama ideas. So I'll just put it on the shelf for a bit. But overall, the kit pretty tits. Those rivets incredible. Yeah.
I'm so glad I have such a big influence on you guys.
We're young and impressionable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're like
we are.
little toddlers. We're easily, yeah.
God, I can't wait to see my kid
Like
in like
little
4
red
years.
pandas being told what to say.
It's the system. Yeah, next slide. So
Ooh.
there
Ooh,
is
shiny.
there's the ship. I haven't
Ooh,
been
oh God.
around too much actually. Haven't been home too much, so I just did a little bit. I did the 4 lifeboats there and 1 mast radar thingy there.
Dude, I don't get how you
notice the
do
size
it.
of the ladder.
That is
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous. Oh my God.
Those boats took me about 2 or 3 hours. I was cutting out the parts when we were on the voice chat the other day.
Cool.
Jesus.
And today I picked myself up a tow missile.
That boy.
Ooh, toe fetish.
Tow fetish.
That's a whole new meaning now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can see. I mean, you'd have to zoom in a lot, but that tow missile is like it comes with a stand, so you can have it by itself if you want. And it was only $15 at my local hobby store, Peterborough Hobby and Game. Shout out to them because they deserve it. They've got this consignment section in the back. You can get like a lot of used models for good deals. That's where I got my Enterprise, 350 scale Tamiya Enterprise for $60.
Wow.
Go on
Yeah.
down to Jack's discount used tank dealer.
Used tank emporium.
But
Only
yeah.
15 Canadian pesos.
Hey, that's kind of
Cancelled.
racist.
Yeah, come on, it's
God. Crap. No. It's
Worried about
fine.
race?
Is this what you meant by New Mexico? You think
No,
you're
it's-
better than normal Mexico?
No, it's fine. I have the Latino surname. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm one of them.
One
Oh,
of
just
them.
taking your
Oh,
grave deep in here,
Ezra.
bud.
Ezra.
That's where you fucked up, bud.
Yeah, you crossed the line there, bud.
You just made
Oh,
like
no.
Canadian there,
You
bud.
crossed the fucking
Oh
line.
no. Cancelled.
Man just took a trip south to the border and came back up, eh?
I'm gonna go dig my grave now.
Anyways, yeah, those are my slides. That's what I've been up to. Am I the last one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
God,
no.
no.
Fuck. No. Yeah, stop recording. Stop recording.
And then MMP has an OnlyFans.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Oh, for
You
fuck's
can
sake.
find us. You can find us under sexy MMP.
April Fools.
It's not
Oh my
April
gosh.
though, Jack.
Oh, well, that ruins our plan.
I'm gonna just click off this. Go back to the next slide.
Just go back to my tiger. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Check out the
wait.
the drip, the vans, and the
No, go
Who's
back
gonna
to
be-
the first slide.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the first
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
We put way too much work into this.
We really
we're gonna
bro,
keep
we
doing
spent
it.
like an hour and a half working on just that one slide.
Worth it.
Yes.
Oh, it definitely
Worth
was. Like, look at all the fucking Easter eggs we put in that bitch.
Yeah.
Ontario plates.
Michael Whitman.
Oh, I didn't see the red panda. Nice.
Yeah.
He's not pointing a gun at us, though.
Nah, that's okay.
He's taking a break.
Okay, as of today, I've gone full I'm on a search to find an Iltis. So, because I missed out on one a couple months ago. Found a Iltis project for $2,000, 2,000 Canadian pesos.
Oh, wow.
And I regret not getting it now because
Dude,
it
you
ran.
should've told
Don't
me. I
say
would've bought it
pesos.
for you.
I did. I sent it to you.
Yo, you did?
Yeah, I think it was in the Discord.
Man, I must have just been a cheap bastard that day.
Yeah, no, it was. I think it was when that was the day our Iltis plan started.
Oh crap!
Yeah, that was way back then. So I really regret not getting that, and so I'm not shitting you. I'm actually looking for an Iltis now, because it would be a pretty neat project car.
It would.
Mobile podcast recording studio.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Iltis Bombardier.
Just Jack rolling up in the Bombardier Iltis just to the hobby store and then off to the tank museum.
Yeah.
So-
Screw your crash safety standards. This thing is an armored vehicle.
Okay.
You could have like a mini tow missile on the dash.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
It would be
That'd
sick.
be tits.
It would be tits.
Should
Like
we-
a bobblehead that
Tits and
says
Greyhounds.
tits on it. Oh yeah. Imagine if we got to record in a Greyhound. That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Recording on it, just in person, all of us together would be awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if
One day we'll have to do that.
I wonder if the Tank Museum will let us like roll up some extension cords and like recording stuff and just sit on a Sherman for an episode.
I'm sure if we got to that point where we were actually like people from all over the world kind of watched this and we had that, like if we got to where like Plastic Posse is and we could actually coordinate everyone getting it at a certain point, I'm sure we could.
I'm in it
Okay,
for the
we'll-
long run.
We'll record it We'll try and record it in the tank.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
They'd probably let us.
You know
Yeah.
how the tank museum like lets you like buy basically time in the tank and they run it around and you're in it. That's what
Yeah.
we
Oh
should
my
do.
God.
Just
Yeah.
buy like a 2-hour time slot.
No. We're buying the day. We're buying the day.
We're buying the day, full
We're
day.
buying the museum. For
We
the
could
day.
record like 6 episodes. So many dick jokes.
and then
No,
at the
I
end
just
of the-
want
No,
to.
just
I
like
just want to
12-hour
sit in a
episode.
tank.
Yeah.
yeah, and then
I'll
at the
live
end of the
stream.
day, they'll have to like get the crowbars out. It's like, right, get out, pry them out,
Get out.
So they're not getting out, sir.
And inside the tank with the
my
PF.
beloved.
We all close the hatches and lock him. You can't get us now.
What are you gonna do? We're in a tank. You're in the
You just hear outside, get the blowtorch.
We go on a rampage through the streets of Oshawa. The MMP rampage.
Oh god.
That'd be a pretty good
Trying to get to
podcast.
baseball
Not even
games
gonna
to
lie.
see their museum.
So, should we try to break down all of the Easter eggs in this picture for anybody watching it?
Nah, they got to figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll know. They'll know. They'll
they'll
get it.
understand.
Because there's at least, 7 or 8?
More.
Those are Greg's real feet.
How impressive! We should all be so lucky.
Thanks.
Also, yes, that is Eisenhower in the Iltis.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's the Micro Machines podcast special security detail.
Or we use 320 grenade launchers to take out Tiger 2s.
Yes.
At
The
least
Pieta
they're
is
tracked.
for show.
Yeah, the PI is just for me to flash for the camera.
It's got that
No,
thing.
I took the tracks out of the 320s so you could tag it easily.
Speaking of flashing for the camera, we got the truck nuts on the Iltis.
And the Ontario plate. Don't forget that.
They got Callum over there just
Love
fucking
this
like, hey, look at
Ontario
this.
plate where it's like,
We have Greg.
Alan's taking all the credit here.
Greg's sitting there like, I set Michael Whitman on fire. I'm a national hero.
I'm texting and driving. Chad's looking at my phone.
Beauty influencer moment.
What am I doing? Just like,
Just looking drippy as hell.
yeah, just stoically posing.
You're on a toe, bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta look drippy.
Yeah, you're
Hell yeah.
managing the toe.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
And you got Hitler all pissed off.
Yeah, mini
Little man
Hitler.
syndrome.
Yeah, the new
Fuck
Inglorious
this
Bastards.
NMP. Oh, that was shit.
That was pretty good actually.
Get Val on to do it.
Awesome. I think that was a podcast.
That was a podcast.
It was, yeah. It's good stuff.
That was completely out of pocket and off the wall.
Yeah.
100%.
Holy shit. We've been 6 to 7, 8, 9. We've been recording or talking for fucking 4 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It doesn't feel like 4 hours.
It doesn't. It feels like 2.
Yeah.
Feels like
Jesus
10.
fuck.
Feels like that.
I mean, half of that time we're laughing and making this one slot.
Yeah, that's the thing. We gotta not say anything prior to the podcast. We could save the laughing for after.
Yeah, I feel like part of it we were just tired for, like the Hill to Die On section.
Yeah. I mean, I think we handled it well, though.
We handled it good.
Got power.
Yeah.
We're getting good at this whole podcast thing.
Hell yeah.
We definitely are.
Well, on that note, you have been listening to the Micro Machines podcast. If you've come to this point with us, thank you so much. We'll see you whenever we see you next. And to do the
Join
most
the,
thing ever.
Join the
Discord.
Discord server to see Greg's toes.
I will be posting the dogs. Yes.
The dogs have already been posted.
Oh hell yeah!
Stug 3, best tank destroyer in the world.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here! All right, that's. I'm.
If you have an Eltis in Ontario, I'm interested.
yeah, hit us up.
Stug life, people. Come on, embrace it.
Embrace
Nope.
it.
You
No.
can take your concrete armor and go fuck yourself.